Lady D. I'm out here trying to get this video in before I go in and finish doing what I gotta do for the rest of my day. But I'm gonna tell you, I had a thought. It's just that simple. It's just that simple to treat others in the way you want to be treated. To be mindful and to think of doing what you would want done back to you. I just, a pet peeve of mine, especially when you're into getting to know someone and things of that nature, and they seem to have interest in you, they seem to have communicated interest in you, they seem to have um, effortlessly showed you in certain ways that they have interest in you, but they are not consistent with it. They do not come at you in a way that, no one really, I'm not going to say no one, but some people nowadays don't go hard with their pursuit and their approach. It's like everyone is kind of laid back, waiting on the other person to do more, waiting on the other person to show more, waiting on the other person to dance the tune a little better. You know what I mean? Instead of just genuinely being yourself. What I appreciate from a person is when you are real, when you are 100 yourself, when you are interested in that focus of the person that you're interested in. So if you're interested in me, I want to know it, I want to feel it, I want to see it, I want you to show it. I want the interest to be on me, not me and a thousand others, or not me only sometimes when you can, or not me when you just feeling in a good mood today, but the next week I may not even say hi. I mean, no. Be consistent. That's how I am. You guys should know that. You know that about my videos. You know that about everything I do. I am a consistent individual. And that's with everything that I do. You will not see me falling off if it's something that I'm serious about and I'm in pursuit of. I am going to let it be known consistently without fail that this is what I'm doing. Now, from an old school flair, such as myself, I don't believe in doing the major pursuit of a man that I have interest in. I believe in a man pursuing the woman a little bit more in the beginning. However, I am going to make sure he knows that I do have interest. I am going to also do some little nice whatnots from time to time. Reach out with a call. Reach out, even with an afternoon text or whatever. I'm going to let it be known that I have those interests, but I am a woman who would love to be pursued, who would love to feel special, who would love to know that that person is totally focusing in on me. A pet peeve of mine is a man that seems to be, and I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, a man that seems to be interested. However, you find out that he also has interest with a few others, or he seems to be interested, but he's in something with someone else, but he's still flirting like heck to you, with you. You know what I mean? Miss me with that, because if you have somebody, your show ain't gonna be able to be mine, and I don't want a little piece of you. There's some that will deal with settling for little pieces. I don't know what that is, why they do it. There's a lot of reasons. There's insecurities. There's just, wanting to latch on to having a man or a woman in their lives. So they take little pieces. They deal with people who are connected with someone else, and they get in where they fit in. And they get in with hopes of sooner or later, I am going to be that one. And a lot of times it just don't happen because they have no desire to leave the situation they're in. Sometimes they just need something a little different for the moment. And they step out and they find out that different is okay, but it's not worth leaving what they have. Or sometimes that different is great But like they say, it's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep him because you got a whole lot that you'll lose by trying to jump over the fence and sometime into some shrubs or barbed wire. And you know what barbed wire does. It cuts you up like shreds, right? So, you know, you have those that are okay with that. They're okay with getting little pieces. I don't want little pieces. And a lot of women I know, they don't want little pieces either. They want the whole a la mode. Now, there are some women who will, I don't know, they just maybe their career or whatever the position they're in their life right now, they don't want anything serious. They just want to play. And so they may play with somebody who already has somebody in the stable. You know what I mean? And same with men. But at the end of the day, when you become mature. Did I say secure? When you become mature minded, you are looking for something more with substance and quality, and not per se the quantity. You're looking for quality, not quantity. Okay, so it's not important to you to be with 4 or 5 Jezebels, and you don't know what's going on, and every other week or 3 you're at the clinic getting tested for something that you think you may have, or you just paranoid, that type of thing. And it's ridiculous because the older you get, who wants to be sitting in the doctor's office talking about, I need an STD test? Well, have you had unprotected sex? Yes. And is the person, you having any symptoms? Well, not really, but I'm not really feeling that great, but I just want to have things checked out because I did slip with something that just wasn't cool. And here you are, 50 some years old, the doctor looking at you like, okay, well, let's just go on and do the whole full scope of test. And they remind you before you leave, strap up. Strap up. And sometimes you got to leave and you have got to take your little bag of little prescription stuff. You may have gotten a shot in the butt, if it's that simple. And then you got to go tell the other person that you may still want to see that they got to go get a bag of stuff, or sometimes you bring them some pills too. That's all bad because right then, and the trip about it, you guys, this is off topic a little bit, but the trip about it is there are some who will get caught up with something because they've had a couple of people in the stable, right? And the one that they want to continue to still see, they have to let them know and have them take medications or whatever. And that's pretty much telling them that I didn't mess around on you. But what they do is they come up with these crazy stories like, you don't have no sex education. And they come off with these stories about, well, I don't know. I haven't been with anybody. And, I went to the doctor and they said I was cool. So I really don't know where you got that from. But, you didn't get that from me. But, I just went on and I'm going to take the medicine anyway if that'll make you feel good. Boy, bye. Quit playing. Quit playing. First off, you probably didn't slip. If she's telling you 100% she didn't slip, or he's telling you 100% he didn't slip, and girl, you didn't slip, stop lying if you think you didn't slip. Well, not think you didn't slip. If you know you didn't slip, stop lying. What you lying for? You might as well, you caught. You just absolutely caught. So that's what gets me when a person will just come up with these crazy lies, or I don't know, that must have been something maybe that's something I didn't even know I had before I got with you. How long y'all been together? 10 years? Y'all been together 10 years and you've been harboring something for 10 years and it just came up? Really? Now the only thing I could probably say is if somebody got like some herpes simplex. What is it, 2? One is 1 and 2. One is up here, the mouth blisters, all that, and the other is below. I think herpes simplex 2. Anyway, you got herpes simplex, perhaps you haven't had you haven't had what you call it, an outbreak of the bumps and blisters and stuff for a while. Your immune system been pretty cool. Your stress level been all right. You haven't had an outbreak, so therefore you have not had to bring it up or have passed it on to your mate. And then and you know you caught this some years ago. You probably was a teenager when you caught it and had it for years, and then all of a sudden you get an outbreak and you end up giving it to your partner because you had a little pimple and you thought it was something else, and you already know you be having outbreaks, but you figured because you hadn't had no outbreak in about 10 years you was good, that the herpes just went away. That is something that don't go away. Your immune system may suppress it for a while, depending on how your immune system is and how things are going. But it's no cure for that. So therefore, you end up having a little lightweight outbreak, and you give it to your mate. Now they gonna swear up and down you just been with somebody, you done messed around, they got bumps and stuff that's sprouting up everywhere, whatever. And this is something that you've had for a long time. But where you're wrong is that you didn't even explain to them that you even had that. And where you're wrong is you went on and did something, even if you had a little bump. If you had a bump or two and didn't really know, it didn't look like it was probably a breakout, it just looked like it was a pimple, whatever it was a bump. And you shouldn't have did nothing, right? So that's the only way I can think of that it could have been something you had before, whatever. But 9.5 times out of 10, your partner comes up with something, STD or Lord forbid HIV, some whatever. They come up with something, and you've slipped and been out there. 9 times out of 10, they got that from you. They got it from you. So a big pet peeve. If you've been slipping and tipping, something come up, be honest about it. If you're going to slip and tip, strap up, dental down, whatever the heck you got to do, okay? And if you got to come back and tell the person that you've been sleeping with on a regular and you want to continue to see them, if you are able to continue to see them, you have got to tell them so that they can get treated, so that y'all ain't passing that stuff back and forth. The bacterial infections and stuff like that, even yeast. Men can get yeast too. If a woman got a bad yeast, she get treated and she didn't pass the yeast to him, and now she gonna get the yeast again. She gonna get the bacterial infection again. Y'all passing it back and forth, so you both got to get treated. Okay? So the best thing to do is to just be right. Just be faithful. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. If you are seeing one person, see that one person. Why do you have to have multiple folks in your stable for a variety or a collection? And let me just go on and deal with, 1,000 women or 1,000 men because I like the way he do it, she do it, he do it, he do it, he do it, they do it, all that do it. Just be single then. Just be single. You can't have the best of both worlds, wanting to be in a relationship that is, with this wonderful woman or this wonderful man, and still want to do a whole lot of stuff out there with other people, putting the person you're at risk. No, that's all bad. And we have got to be mindful of that. We have got to, pursue the one that we really want and we really think is right and good for us. Don't think just because, there's some people who will sit up, and I'm all over the place today, but just hold on to the horns. You'll be all right. There's a lot of people who think because they throw down some good, some clap, some good. They throw it down real good. They throw it down cool. Everything is fine, that they got that person like this. So they can just do whatever and they gonna still be there because they rap like this. It gets to a point where all that don't even matter. I mean, it's wonderful to have it good. I'm not saying that, it's a bad thing to have the good. It's a good thing to have the good. But that ain't the whole a la mode. You're going to get it good, it's going to be on, it's going to be over, and now what? That ain't the whole a la mode. So don't think because you laying it down like you think lay it down. You think you laying it down that this person is just gonna be all up in you and let you do any kind of thing to them and with them and all that, and you just supposed to they supposed to know that you all into them and you talk to them once a week. They call you, you say you're gonna get back to them and they don't hear nothing from you. I think that that's a message right there. Let me jump on that. When you call a person and they may be busy and you talk for a minute and they say, I don't get back with you, I'm doing whatever, whatever, and they don't get back with you, they probably just don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Now, they could have been busy in the moment. Like if somebody called me or I listen to a message and I say, oh, wow, that's such and such. Man, I can't talk right now. But as soon as I get a minute, I'm going to call them. I may not be able to call them that day, but they're going to hear from me the next day or two. They're going to hear from I'm going to call them, text them something, say, hey, I'm so sorry. It's been a lot going on. I did get your call. What's happening? You know, I'm going to get you. I'll call you as soon as I get an opportunity to talk. They're going to hear from me. That's if they matter, you're interested, you appreciate them reaching out, all that stuff. You're going to do that. So if a person don't, it gives these mixed messages. When they talk to you, they sound so happy and lively and they say all these kind things, but then they don't show you with their actions. And the one thing that's very, very needy and important, especially if someone matters to you, is to keep it 100 and upfront. If you got somebody, let them know. If you're not interested right now because you got too much stuff going on, let them know. You know what I'm saying? If they've done something you think, and they probably ain't, but you may have heard something or whatever the situation, let them know. Go to the horse's mouth. Because 9 times out of 10, if you heard something, it's probably some dirt that somebody then concocted because they jealous and they just making up stuff. I don't never, ever go by what another person tells me about a person, especially if I know your true character. And if you matter to me and I care about you like that, I'm going to come to you and I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I heard, boom, 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 and I just wanted to get it from you. I want to talk to you about it because I don't want to, as far as I know, that ain't even your character, but I just needed to know. And I'm going to ask them. Because why? They matter to me. I care about them. I want our whatever we got to stay lasting and long. So I am going to bring it on the table. I don't get caught up with what other people say. You can't come to me telling me nothing about a good friend or my man or whatever that I don't know myself. And if it's something that's questionable, I'm going to ask them. Okay? I don't go by the he, ha, ha, he, shit. I done had so many things come to me about what people done said about me behind my back to other people about something that they thought I did or was told I did or was doing. I'm like, oh my God, really? Well, where's she at? Because I don't even know that person. Thanks for enlightening me. But no, that ain't nothing I did or said. And so you got to bring it to the horse's mouth. So I just wanted to throw those things out there today to you guys. Put some things on your mind, make you think about some grown folk talk and, some things that, we're all guilty. We're all guilty sometimes of just not doing enough. And I'm going to tell you, tomorrow's not promised. And, we are very guilty sometimes of just putting things off and saying we're going to get back to it, or putting off contacting somebody, or putting off getting back with somebody, or putting off pursuing somebody. Just taking for granted that they just going to be there. Or putting off showing them and telling them that they matter and spending that good quality time and appreciating them because you have them. We take for granted that they're going to be there. And that's not always the case. And if you're lacking, you're losing. So if you're lacking in certain areas and somebody else comes along that can spread that love in a whole lot of other different ways that you didn't even attempt, or you didn't think that mattered, or you just thought you was the man or the woman, you didn't have to because you throw it down like that. Let me tell you, That ain't what it's all about. So for those of you who thinking at this point in your life that is all about just throwing it down, you better ask somebody, because it ain't just about that. So y'all have a good day. This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. I want you guys to all be safe. It's been on and off raining. It's been cold. It's just been a hot mess out here with this weather. I'm looking forward to a very hot and wonderful spring and summer because we have had it really bad, okay? And so you guys love each other, love yourself, do something great for those who matter, okay? And I'll talk to you later. Bye.